Assalamu alaikum everyone. I thought I'm just gonna quickly make this video because I think today and tomorrow are actually the days when some brothers and sisters in Islam are trying to boycott YouTube movie. Um, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it was this movie. Basically, bad people made a bad movie about good people. So someone made a really insulting movie about Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So I just thought I'm just gonna speak up, and that's gonna be my part of, boycott YouTube. But it's gonna be from a different angle, from the different perspective as well, and it's purely my opinion. So just take it or reject it. Everyone has their own opinion, and it's just about, are you gonna speak it up or are you gonna keep it to yourself? And I thought I'm just gonna speak it up. So yeah, it's sad that there are people who do such things, like making bad movies about, like lie movies about other religions and their prophets and their beliefs. But you know what's sadder? What saddens me the most is the reaction of some Muslims. Not the majority, definitely not, because the majority are actually true Muslims by heart. And they do think, the first thing that they do think, and that's the way we always should react whenever we come to the situation when we are not sure how to, what's the best to do. The first thing that we should do, we should look at the Quran and the Quranic examples, and the second place we should look at is the example of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So, the true Muslims by heart, as they called them before, are the ones who actually look at the example of the Prophet and says, okay, this is the situation, what would Prophet do? How would Prophet react to this? And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is that the situation was that someone made a really bad movie about the Prophet Muhammad and really insulted him. And then there were a few Muslims that actually reacted so harshly that they took lives of innocent people. And this is actually, that saddens me more than the fact that the Prophet was insulted. Because, there are people that are insulting their own like religious leaders and their own religions and their own beliefs. Just a few days ago, I saw this picture on Facebook where I think it was like a pope, but dressed up with like horns and a mask, and it was horrible, but so yeah, like, and that person who posted actually is from the Christian country and is just atheist. But yeah, so people are insulting other religions. It's nothing against Islam directly, all over the world people doing that. It's just how you react to it. And as Muslims, we should try to educate other people rather than show them, being violent against them. Actually, now, if we are looking at the situation from the Quranic perspective, in the God in Quran says that if you kill one person, it is as if you killed the whole humanity, as if you killed the whole humankind. So, I mean, it's really sad for me that those Muslims that reacted in that way, and those Muslims that did that, they thought probably that they are fighting for the Prophet. I think that they thought that they're gonna earn themselves Jannah, the heaven, by doing what they've done. But actually, I'm not here to judge, but according to the Quran and according to the teachings of the Prophet, they just earn themselves a hellfire, alongside with those people who made a movie, and alongside of those people who probably are watching the movie and spreading it. And that's the sad part of the situation. And I was just looking up at some sayings of the Prophet and just trying to, was trying to figure out what would Prophet do. And there are really, subhanAllah, beautiful sayings. One of them is, it's like a situation. So someone said to the Prophet, pray to God against the disbelievers and curse them. And the Prophet replied to them saying, I have been sent to show mercy and have not been sent to curse. SubhanAllah. Another one said, the Prophet said, truly, and I think, like, sorry, but I really believe that if the Prophet was to talk to those people who behaved in that way, and actually if the Prophet had an opportunity to talk with our society and our Muslim Ummah today, watching the situation happening all over the world, I think that what he would tell us is exactly what he told back in the day. And he said, truly my heart is veiled with melancholy and sadness for my followers, and verily I ask pardon to God 100 times daily. They're beautiful sayings, subhanAllah. It says, the proud will not enter paradise, as well as the violent one. It's against the violence. God is not merciful to him who is not merciful to the mankind. This one is a beautiful one. It says, kindness is a mark of faith, and whoever has no kindness has no faith. Also, the Prophet Muhammad said that my cherisher, meaning my Lord, has ordered me 9 things. And 2 of those things are to give alms to him who refuses me, and to forgive him who injures me. So he teaches to forgive the ones that injures him. And that's what we should do as well. Even if someone is bad towards you and someone is really mean towards you, our reaction as a Muslim should not be jumping into on their face and scratching their eyes out. Our reaction should be, we should react with kindness, and we should react with mercy. We should feel sorry for those people. We are not the ones who should punish them. We should feel sorry for them, because when someone is bad towards you, or towards Islam, or saying something mean towards the Prophet, as in this situation, what you should be feeling, you should be feel sorry, not for yourself, not for the Prophet that was insulted, not even for the Islam. You should feel sorry for those people who spread the word, who've done the bad thing. Because as a Muslim, that moment, you should realize that that person just earned himself a hellfire. And that is when you should feel sorry for him. And that is when you should forgive him. And not even forgive him, but you should pray for him. You should pray that God will make him understand what he have done. You should pray that people who see this movie will not believe it. You should pray that people who maybe never knew anything about Islam watch the movie and will actually want to learn about Islam. Maybe they're gonna start from the wrong angle. Maybe they're gonna start, learning how bad Islam is or whatever. But inshallah, something, God willing, will push them into direction, to the right path, and they're gonna start learning the right things at the right time about Islam. And maybe one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow them to enter Islam. Another beautiful example, and we should not only be learning from our Prophet, peace be upon him, because as Muslims we do believe in all the previous prophets. We do believe in Moses, in Abraham, in Noah, in all the prophets, including Jesus, including Muhammad, peace be upon them all. So we can take other prophets' examples. One of the most beautiful, the most encouraging and inspiring story about forgiveness and true mercy and kindness is actually the story of Jesus, peace be upon him. When Jesus was crucified, when he was on the cross, before that he was tortured, he was bleeding, he was sweating, he was in so much of pain, the physical pain and the emotional pain, because his people, he felt like people that he came for rejected him. He was obviously, like I said, in a physical pain because he was tortured. He was on the cross. Nails just went through his palms and through his feet, and he was in so much of pain. But you know what? Instead of being angry at those people who've done that to him, instead of being angry at those people who were standing in front of him while he was bleeding there and laughing at him, you know what he done? He looked up into the sky and he whispered, "Oh Lord, please, please forgive them, because they don't know what they're doing." And that is the true forgiveness. And that's the true love for your brothers and sisters. And when I say brothers and sisters here, I don't mean brothers and sisters in Islam only. I mean brothers and sisters in our humanity. Also, just want to encourage the majority of us, the majority of Muslims that actually reacted in an appropriate way. They did react, first of all, which is beautiful, because others don't react. Like, there are people who, other religions maybe, there are other religions that if that happened to them, and it does happen every day, they don't react to that because they don't care, I guess, that much. But I do appreciate that Muslims did react to this, and they did get media attention to it and all. There are Muslims that make protests all over the world, actually, and they make peaceful protests. The most beautiful way of protesting is actually praying in front of anywhere. Actually, you can just praying, just coming together rather than praying in mosques. Just come on the streets and pray on the streets. Show people how strong your faith is, how strong your belief is. Just be peaceful, just be merciful, just follow the example of the Prophet. So I just want to say that I really appreciate those brothers and sisters who actually follow the example of the Prophet, rather than showing people something that's not even Islamic. I hope that this video wasn't too depressing for you. I hope that, inshallah, it was useful for you. And yeah, just keep united. Just let's keep united. Not only as a Muslim ummah, but as a humanity. Inshallah.